Union Omaha have ideas of grandeur. Last year they proved they're hardly delusions. Union Omaha takes on St. Louis City to the roar of this ruckus sold-out crowd at City Park. Three red shirts forward in unison. Backline dropping off. What a start! It's just the third minute. It is a dream beginning for St. Louis City. A.Z. Jackson.
Louis City, but if you're Connor Doyle, you're the single pivot. You can't get caught out so wide. You just see how explosive St. Louis City is going back the other way. Jackson says, I see you, Jensen. I see you, Ostrach. I don't need you. Head down, lays it through that ball into that near post. There's nothing that Nuhu can do, but it needs to be better for Union Omaha. You can't keep retreating. Someone needs to step up and interpretate and get in front of Jackson.
Jackson getting his roses. Just 16 minutes in the league season. Takes less than 3 to put St. Louis City on the board tonight. Keel Watts, all stripped off the foot of Ostrach. Held up by Steven Dos Santos. Pushed outside by Skierce. Omaha don't scare easily. Gill cutting inward. Gill. That's a corner. Corner for Omaha. That skitters all the way through. Cleared as far as Akoff. Off of Palacios, Akoff again. Shaft Brewer. Spent time at LAFC. Into the feet of Gill. Earned the flyby, Doyle. Gill from Garden Grove. Gill crossing header, saved off the line. Yarrow got up to meet it. Sent through again. This is Dos Santos at Lund.
Talked about it, set pieces. Skierce rises up. Josh Yarrow was there, positioning spot on. And once again, the second phase is always a nightmare for defensive units. Santos creates his own space.
Ostrach. Jensen bursting through. Collective defending from Omaha. The referee won't bail him out. Jensen. Room for Ostrach to get a strike away. Will not trouble Rashid Nuhu.
So it's a big challenge for both of these sides. Union Omaha as well, coming off of a game against Charlotte Independence.
And those set pieces turn to Pompeu. The angle is tightened. Pompeu looking for Ostrach. Pedro. Trouble brewing. Pompeu. And it bounces to Nuhu. There's a bit of confusion there. Nuhu and Sawahi.
Just see how opportunistic Pompeo is. Sniffs out anything.
They're mistakes that you have gotten away with to this point. They conceded in the 3rd minute. It's another pass in a poor area of the field. It allows St. Louis to fan out. Ostrach. Jackson. He's got a goal already. Perez. Into Akoff. The game has just reached halftime. Long wait for the whistle. You can barely hear it with this crowd. Now the referee shows a yellow, and that's of grave concern. Pedro. Header from Yarrow. Pompeu. Number of options. He lashes in front. Nuhu got a touch, and the follow-up is pushed wide.
Very patient. Picks up his head and just says, if I whip this thing in a dangerous situation, good things can happen. Nuhu spillage right in front of the goal, but good recovery.
It's Pompeu, a sidecar to his right. Works on Brewer. And sends a shot toward the short post.
You just see the lack there of coverage No one steps up. Pompeo recognizes it and says, I have real estate. If I cut in on my least preferred left foot.
4 red shirts overloading this side of the field. All brought down. Pompeo went through the legs of Palacios, but couldn't beat Nuhu. It finds Vasilev. Parading ahead. Through ball. Excellent. Nuhu off his line. Kicks this right to Jackson. Jackson angles, fires, saved. What in the world? Out to Watts.
Talk about this picture-perfect ball from Vasilev, and it's just, I don't know who he's playing it to, maybe to Palacios. I'll give credit. Brewer Jr. comes down, retreats, goal line save. I think Jackson just caught between two minds. Do I hit it first time? Do I cut in? That gives the time.
Perez. Taken back by Dos Santos. By Jackson, Jensen forward. Ostrak. Jackson. Jackson! On the other side, Jensen's head snaps back. Akoff. Indiana Vasilev. Through for Pompeo. Pompeo! Lashed over the crossbar.
But as Palacios steps off his line, Elusuwahi with 2v1. The run for Jackson doesn't pull Sawadi out of position. Pompeo cuts in, just goes up and over the bar.
To help in that process. Pompeo, it stays in on the line. Ostrak, angling, Ostrak! Kick save away by Nuhu off the deflection. Still it's alive. It's Pompeo. Floated up for Bartlett! Nuhu.
Vasilev just to the back post. Such a difficult technique there from Bartlett. Over your left shoulder to snap it down. You need to generate so much power to get that far post. But Nuhu.
And off of Gill and in to halftime. An ovation from this St. Louis crowd. All the while here in St. Louis, they're writing that new chapter. It is a third-round record for attendance. It is a young but exciting, flashy team from St. Louis that lead Union Omaha 1-0 at halftime. Pompeo steps over, so it'll be Vasilev. Pompeo drives across, deflects, it's an own goal, bounces off Gallardo, and St. Louis City, as they did in the first half, score within 3 minutes of the whistle.
Pompeo runs over. Just look at the lack of marking from the Union Omaha defense. That's something that's not X and O's, that's pure will. Staying to your assignment as Pompeo goes over. Who's gonna shift over? You put the ball into a dangerous situation and good things happen. Probably not the prettiest goal Pompeo will ever score in his career, but he'll take it.
Jackson. Palacios. Akoff. Off the head of Bartlett.
And it's the beauty of the Open Cup. Just gives players, organizations, all the above.
Pompeo for Watts! Akil Watts! A magnificent goal for Akil Watts. Here from day one.
Attendance here, but this is top level football. From back to front, from St. Louis City. You just see the 1-2 to continue his run. Pompeo lets his play develop. It's all about patience in the end. As Akil Watts gets in behind the back line of Union Omaha. Clinical, cool, calm, collected. Roots this thing over Nuhu's left shoulder.
Turn back to Jensen. Fish in a barrel. Pompeo stabs it over. Jackson! AZL Jackson's got his second of the night. And this record crowd have seen quite the performance here in St. Louis.
Sloppy turnovers, all of the above. Unfortunate slip there from Sawahi, but how unselfish is Jensen as he retreats. Pompeo gets away from him a little bit. Jackson, when he's feeling it, when he's confident, just ropes this thing, gets his hips around it. There's nothing Nuhu can do.
Well, how about this change? They're bringing Edouard Leuven in off the bench. The best 11 performance in Next Pro gave them an inkling. Through for Jackson again. Jackson! Seeking his hat trick tonight. Goals in the third and the 66th. Italian player from a really impressive lineage. Steinwasser. Ball bouncing in front and off his line. Lunt. Pirouetting. Dolabella from no angle at all gives Omaha a goal in the 79th minute.
It just comes from nothing. Bit of confusion within the back line of St. Louis City. Am I going to get it? You're going to get it. No one gets it. The player that gets on the end of it, Dolabella. I think everyone's waiting for that cutback ball.
At Marshall, when he won the national championship in 2020. If he does it right at Omaha, he'll be Dolabella in no time. Back heel, and the shot deflects off of Nuhu from Stroud and away from Pompeo. Oh. Said a lot of these guys hadn't put a foot wrong. It's possible Yarrow may have put half a foot wrong, but nevertheless. This struck from range by Perez. Showing off that skill. Pompeo. Leuven. Leuven, a drive kicked away by Nuhu. Second bite of the apple ahead to Jensen. That got denied. JP Skiers. You know, it's almost impossible to capture lightning in a bottle. And what Omaha did last year caught the attention. Leuven. Pompeo. Leuven off the deflection. Edouard Leuven! He's brought the curtain down for St. Louis. And this city with such awe-inspiring Open Cup history.
Calmly slots it into that far post. No chance for Nuhu. Just terrific stuff. That's why you wear the number 10 for moments like that. You come in, hostile environment, top of the Western Conference in MLS for the St. Louis City side. It's so easy for players, for an organization to say, look, we're going to bunker down. We're going to go against our identity.
All lashed in frame by Dolabella, covered by Leuven. Leuven. Could there be one more? In behind. Nuhu ensures that's it. Stroud denied. And we should be down to our final kick here in the third round. A spectacular night all around. Record attendance for the third round of the Open Cup in its 108th edition. Over 22,000